Good morning, everybody. How's it going out there? Well, let's see what happened this weekend and the last few days. First, there was a horrible fire in Hong Kong. I think Hong Kong, and it's still going on. Slightly, anyhow. They're digging through rubble. Somewhere's around 80 some odd people have been killed. And I got to tell you something. If you ever burned yourself, you know that you multiply that pain by 100 times, and that's what dying in a fire is all about. It's not a quiet, easy way to go. You don't fall asleep with smoke inhalation or anything like that. You die a horrible death. Okay? That takes, that's just really not nice. And it's I don't know how to explain it to you. The smell alone will drive you insane. So, wait a minute. Fucking eyeglasses are working right here. The headset's messing with them again. Sometimes things just don't go the way you want them to go. I got something in my eye. Okay, that takes care of that, I think. Yes. Alright, so we were talking about the fire. They arrested, I believe, 3 people, which means this is arson. And there's if you look at this, go anywhere and study the pictures of it. This is these are high rise. You don't get out of them easily. I'm surprised that it's only 80 people, because it apparently looks like it burned really, 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 really quick. And I don't know how you handle something like that, It's just, for me, it's just too nasty to think about, alright? That was the number one thing. The number 2 story, I think they came out just pretty much the same time yesterday. They were announced. 2 National Guardsmen were shot in Washington, D.C. They got the shooter. The original article I read said they were dead. Now they're in intensive care, which is hopefully means they're going to be all right to some degree anyhow. I don't know where they were hit. They wear body armor, and the guy had a pistol, wasn't shooting any high-energy weapon or anything at him. So, I don't know how bad they were hit, but they must have missed the bullets must have gone around the protection, or they got shot in the face or the legs or the groin or something like that. That's the thing about a bulletproof vest. You're assuming the guy's going to shoot you in the chest, aiming for the heart. If you're a sniper, yeah, you try. Or a cop. You're told to shoot for the body, the main target. Me. I learned to shoot and hunt differently. We did headshots because we didn't want to spoil whatever we were shooting at for food. You aim dart guns, BB guns, and things like that. You aim in the face for the eyes when you're a kid, if you really want to hurt somebody. Or you have a desire to fuck them up really bad, you shoot them in the groin. So, snipers don't do that. Snipers are for kill shots. Snipers don't do headshots either. But snipers also use ammo that'll go through a 2-foot piece of concrete at, 1,000 yards. So it's not something you want to mess around with those guys. But anyhow, these poor guys were just standing on the corner doing their thing, and they were targeted. The guy wanted to kill soldiers, apparently. Now Trump is shouting up and down that he's going to increase his immigration thing, and what? This guy wasn't Latino. This guy wasn't Venezuela or anything like this. This guy was Afghan. This guy had come to the country in 2021, was vetted. Okay? In April of this year, he was granted asylum by the Trump administration. And then he turned around and he killed tried to kill 2 American soldiers. So my point here is that there haven't been any Latinos shooting police officers or National Guardsmen. They're American soldiers. They shoot police officers every once in a while. But they haven't shot any National Guardsmen, to my knowledge. They haven't caused any serious, really truly serious problems like this. This was an Afghan approved for asylum by Trump's administration. And he yells at the Biden administration. He yells at everybody about this, and says, "Well, we didn't do this. This is all them." No, it's not, son. You fucked up. And one of your boys killed one of our boys, And then he wants 500 more troops in there. That's not going to do much good. As they said, these guys basically are put on corners and they stand there. And he was in the first, and here's the interesting thing. The ring of protection around the White House is concentric rings that go out from the White House, from the central point. And according to what they said, this guy penetrated the first layer of defense for the White House. Now, what's to say if he hadn't shot these guys, just on general purposes, that he wouldn't have got through 2 or 3 more layers? I don't know whether he could have got to the White House carrying a gun or not. I really don't know. And it's not my business to know that. I do know that they protect, the way they protect the president when he's walking around outside is, one, that overcoat is that he wears all the time, or his clothes are bulletproof to a certain degree. I don't know what caliber they're up to. Secondly, the so-called sight lines are always blocked, so there's not a real clear shot at him. And if you're going to shoot through a window, you're shooting through high-tech bulletproof glass. So that's not going to happen. And like I said, the assassinations, the one thing about assassinations, they're the easy. People like Trump are the easiest people in the world to shoot, but you're not going to get away with it. And the odds are you won't be caught, you'll be killed. So, do you want to do that kind of crap? Do you want to really risk it? I don't know, man. I'm not into that kind of shit. My theory is if you're going to kill somebody, you want to get away with it. Because that's why you want to kill them for a reason. And the reason is so that you can die. You know what I mean? So, that's one of the things you hear about and you talk about. So, anyhow, I got enough wires around here. I don't know what half this crap connects to. Damn. I should really try to figure that out. But anyhow, you guys understand what I'm saying about this. There's something strange going. I don't think there's anything strange about it, but I'm curious how he managed to get through the vetting process, and then shoot somebody. Not one person, 2 persons. Apparently he walked around the corner, extended his arm, and opened fire. There wasn't any, let's sit down and talk about this, this was a rapid-fire situation. So, anyhow, I'm looking for something while I'm talking to you. I know that's rude, but you know me, I'm rude. I am basically an asshole, but I take pride in that because I'm really good at it. You know, some people aren't really good at being an asshole. I'm very, very good at it. So anyhow, moving right along with this conversation of mine, uh, let's see, I was going to say something else, but I can't remember what it was. But that's the big issue to me, you know, is Trump vetted this guy. Trump's people vetted this guy. And he's always a big about everybody else's fault that the uh, immigration people, you know, have all screwed up. It's never Trump's fault. It's always Trump's fault. I mean, he's just, he does it. First of all, the problem with this administration is he doesn't have any smart people in the actual administration. They're all on the outside, you know, sitting around trying to get around on these things, you know. But we'll see. So listen, there's some football games today, which I should go over with you. We have the Lions at the Packers. These are 1 o'clock games. That's a 1 o'clock game. And I'm going to go with the Lions. I just think they're a better team. Then you got the Cowboys and the Chiefs. And this is a must-win situation for Kansas City. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen with that game. And you got the Ravens and the Bengals. And the Ravens are just not... You know, Bengals just aren't good enough right now. Sorry, you know, they could have been they would probably been a contender had their quarterback gone down very early. And then tomorrow's Friday. We'll go over. There's a game tomorrow. I'll go over that tomorrow. You know, I know who's going to win, but we'll go over it tomorrow. All right. So go back to where I was. I have to get rid of some crap in here. I really do. I hate when I have to get rid of stuff, you know. I don't know how I lose things, but I lost something. It's almost impossible to lose what I lost, but I did. All right. So you know what's going down tomorrow, and I'm gonna go check and see if there's any. News about the two gentlemen that got shot, so just hang on there for a second. Here's where you have a really bad president. When you read one of the first stories you read is Donald Trump hates James Comey and Letitia James too much to give up on him now. And I just, you know. Hegseth can be impeached. I think Hegseth should just be taken out and shot in the back of the head for treason. But, you know, that would be doing exactly what Trump wants to do, and I don't want to have that, you know. All right, the newest thing they've got on this guy that did the shooting was he drove from Washington State to D.C. to do the attack. So this is a pretty determined guy. This is a premeditated attack, you know. That's very unsettling, you know. And we're going to go over stuff like the MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene resignation and other things like that. Tomorrow, when I have a chance to go into it in depth and see what's actually going down. And, you know, he's failing. He's this, if nothing else, this presidency will go down as a failure by Trump, you know. And but that's Donald, you know. He doesn't understand what he's doing into his personal reputation. So here we go. So that's, his problem. Boy, I tell you, that song Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen is getting a lot of people playing it, You get these headlines, Occupy Democrats puts a headline up on YouTube, that is. Trump insider just betrayed him, goes public with new scandal. The headline itself, big bold yellow letters, breaking, Trump's team is finally done with him. No, they're not. Trump's team needs him. Because I honestly don't believe that they can trust Vance. Because Vance is too flexible for them, I think, But that's, what can I tell you? Oh, that's cool. Alright, so listen up. I want you to go hit the subscribe button over there, folks, and see whether or not you can help me out a little bit. I just want to get some more subscriptions going, and I don't know whether today was interesting. And really, the problem I'm having right now is that I'm doing this thing and I'm getting depressed because there's just no good news out there. There's nothing really exciting and good, happy that you can put up, So, this is what happens is stories, you run into things like, Trump pardons the turkeys, which every president has done for I forget how many years now. It's sort of a humorous ha-ha moment, but the problem with that is Trump had to be told it was a turkey. You could have put a duck up there and he wouldn't have known the difference. The man's just not smart. I'm going to say he's not... Saying he's stupid just doesn't do the term justice. He is a, the deal you can put idiot up on the internet and everybody knows who you're talking about, or moron, and they still think they know who you're talking about. It's just a sad state of affairs, ladies and gentlemen. So anyhow, hit the subscribe button, watch the games, eat a lot of food, have a wonderful day today. See, that's what I shouldn't have done this today because it's just too depressing, especially the two opening stories. But anyhow, listen, be grateful for what you have, okay? And don't want more than that. Just be satisfied. Don't be satisfied with what you have, but be grateful for what you have. Don't get crazy. You'll end up like Trump or some of these other people out there that are just want too much out of life. Me, I just want to be able to get up every morning and move around. I think that's grateful. Look at my girlfriend over here. That's a healthy dog. That's a dog that loses weight, that doesn't gain any weight. Yet look at her now. She's just laying there like a lump of coal. And she's pretty. She really is. She's beautiful. Everybody tells me that. I just love that about her. All right, I'm out of here. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hit the subscribe button, please.